What is a hidden gem in Indiana?
Carniceria, Guanajuato.
I'm never going to be able to pronounce that, but we're going to do our research.
We call it Carney G's.
Carney G's. Yes, absolutely. That place sounds like a hidden gem.
Authentic Mexican, man.
Where at?
This isn't like the $6 or $7 taco place. This is like, you're going to get steak, cilantro, onion. They got a shop just west of the White River in Washington, so downtown.
Oh, okay.
And then they've got a nice spot up on like 38th Street. I'm not talking like Bakersfield, Nada type stuff. This is authentic Mexican, a carniceria, so it's a meat market, and then a store next to it. So
holy smokes!
You know, if I go there and it's super busy, I'm gonna be pissed. I told you.
It's going to be. We're gonna blow that place up.
Is a hidden gem in Indiana?
I would say the cavern systems that we filmed in. There's a scene where we're getting taken to Mexico, and we found the cavern systems there, and they let us shoot within it. But we were down there for 3 hours singing songs on boats, laughing and shooting. It was awesome.
Was it terrifying?
No, I actually thought it was really cool. I feel like I should have been more afraid.
We shot at Blue Spring Caverns, the largest underground river in the country.
What is a hidden gem in Indiana?
All right, if you have ever had the El Salvadorian staple, a pupusa, you gotta try Pupuseria Casa Maria, 71st and Michigan Road. Absolutely delicious.
Wait, what? Okay, what is a pupusa?
Pupusa. Yeah, so it's an El Salvadorian staple. It's kind of like a quesadilla pocket. You can get like steak and cheese, beans and cheese. You can just get beans, chicken, pollo con queso. Oh, absolutely delicious. Put some salsa, some slaw on top. Fire.
Fire. You heard it here. Bang. What is a hidden gem in Indiana?
All right, there's a bar in Marengo, right at the corner of the Marengo warehouse, where the railroad track goes directly behind it. It shakes the building.
Oh, yeah.
It makes a killer breaded tenderloin.
Oh, boy, he's speaking my language. Tenderloins. All right, the bar in Marengo. Do we know a name?
I think it's called the Marengo Tavern.
The Marengo Tavern.
Rocky, what is a hidden gem in Indiana?
Right in downtown Noblesville, there is a fantastic restaurant. Last year, I believe, James Beard nominee Chef Smear. The restaurant is called 9th Street Bistro. And it's one of those that books out like couple months in advance usually. I think they have 30 seats in the place, but it's like if you're a fan of like going to New York or Toronto or some of these other big cities where you find these little places that are only like 10 tables maybe, and you just know it's exceptional and you know you're never going to get in because it books 2 or 3 months in advance.
There's a hidden gem in Indiana. Down in the southeastern corner of the state lies the biggest little German festival in Indiana, Freudenfest. 363 days a year, Oldenburg is a town of 649 people, but for 1 weekend a year, Oldenburg becomes the epicenter of southeastern Indiana. Freudenfest draws over 10,000 people per day. This was my first Freudenfest and it did not disappoint. For starters, there was plenty of German beer to go around. I ate at my first Dunkel, which is a traditional German beer. They also partnered with Rheingeist out of Cincinnati to brew their own festival beer. Fun fact about Rheingeist, their master brewer Jim Matt got his first job in craft beer at Sun King in Indianapolis. So Rheingeist does have some Hoosier roots. Now, the food was fire. I had to get a sausage with sauerkraut and all the fixings. True story, I had never had sauerkraut before, and it honestly was not at all what I expected. It was really good. Now, let's talk about fun. For starters, they have a dachshund drag race, a stein holding contest, 2 stages ripping live music all night, and a ton of German traditions. They have a pie auction that goes crazy. There was a blackberry pie that sold for $1,575. Electric. Oldenburg Academy also puts on a $20,000 cash raffle. I ran the 5K and let me tell you, running 3.1 miles after a dozen or so German beers should be an Olympic sport. And I was fortunate enough to get smoked by the hometown hero, Curtis. Curtis was a cross-country state champ runner at Purdue and got second at the Indy Mini in 2023. This dude is fast. All in all, Freudenfest was an insane experience. It's so cool that a small town like Oldenburg could put on such a spectacle of an event. I will be back next year. If anyone has a good recommendation of where to purchase Lederhosen, please let me know in the comments.
There's a hidden gem in Indiana that USA Today named the #1 fall festival in the country. This event attracts over 200,000 attendees to Evansville, and this is the 103rd annual. The Westside Nut Club's Fall Festival needs to be on your Hoosier bucket list. The last few months, people from Evansville have been blowing me up saying I need to come down for it. And honestly, it looks insane. It's a week-long spectacle that kicks off on Monday, October 7th, with the grand finale happening Saturday, October 12th. It's got over 137 vendors, carnival rides, and 3 different parades. It may not be that hidden, but it's definitely a gem. It features a lighthouse parade, pep parade, and a grand finale main parade where the best float goes home with $2 grand. They also have an insane event that middle school me would have gone crazy for. And that's the tug of war competition, but it's not just any old game of tug of war. They make teams of 7th and 8th graders with an even split of boys and girls, and then they do weigh-ins. Each team has to be between 1280 and 1300 pounds. I love it. Rubber sole shoes, no cleats. You can have gloves, but no fishing gloves. Absolutely wild. Tuesday, October 8th, 5 p.m. It's going down, and I can't wait to see the results. True story, I got over 100 requests to talk about the fall festival, and it's definitely on my fall bucket list. Good food, live music, talent shows every day. We've got to make it down to Evansville to check it out.